with our little podcast. Thank you, everybody that showed up yesterday. Even with the weather delay, Leroy, that was an amazing turnout. I'm so proud of everybody that came. Today we dropped it all off. It's Sunday, January 25th, I might add. We dropped it all off at the road home, and it felt really good. Needing to use our shout out to my friend Sean's box truck in order to fit everything in there. I'm so happy how everything turned out. Leroy, did you have a good time yesterday, man?
I had an amazing time, although I'm feeling a little creaky today. There was many beers were had. However, it was an amazing time at Big Willie's on 1717 South Main. Gosh, just congratulations to the Mammoth community. I mean, coming out and supporting a cause like that, and you were telling me like how much stuff we had to take down and all the donations that we collected. It's like really astounding the way you guys showed up for the community and for the homeless, and to have a great time with watching the game, which was a win. Right on.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, so it was just nice to see everybody, and can't wait to do something like that again.
Agreed. I want everyone to know, so we did do a live podcast during the 2 intermissions. That will be released either this Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know. Follow us on social media at Slapshot Utah on pretty much everything. Excuse
Okay.
me. But yeah, we will be releasing that. And we had a great couple of guests on there. I cannot express enough how grateful I am. But Lee, let's go back to it. We won 5-2 yesterday in our game. Yes. What do you think about that, brother?
Well, okay, so I'm going to admit that my attention wasn't honed quite as, intensely on the actual game action, because I was pretty drunk and I was also talking to a lot of people. But look, it didn't seem like, it didn't seem like we really had any problem with the Preds. I mean, we didn't score first, but we came out, we took care of business through the rest of it. Had a nice lead going there. I couldn't be happier with it. I mean, do we have any stats that we can talk about?
I
I'm
mean,
trying to
to be
remember what the
honest,
hell happened.
to be honest, I really wish we had stats. What we do have though, dude, is that we had a couple of friends. We had Zach and Kurt. Zach called during the event because he couldn't make it on in time. So let's listen to his voicemail and let's react together, brother. You down?
Yeah.
This is from Zach. So I haven't heard. I purposely didn't listen to any of this. So let's go.
Hey there, this is Zach Waste. I'm here at the Big Willie's fundraiser. Didn't get a chance to talk to you guys at your table over there, but just wanted to go on ahead and give a couple of opinions here. Yeah, good job today, boys. We put Tusk the Predator's ass. We were here with Big Brandon here. Had a good fucking time. But I just wanted to go on ahead and bring a couple things here. So when it comes to the Vegas Golden Knights here, okay, I know that, the Masters are sitting here trying to fabricate a rivalry between us and the Avs, okay? I get that. I understand. They're kind of, like our closest team other than the Vegas Golden Knights. Well, I'll get into that in just a moment. But when it comes to that, I don't really mind the Avs. They were good to my boy, and also, whatever. Like, if they play us, of course, we're rooting for our team. That's just a given here. But the Vegas Golden Knights came into our barn back a couple months ago. They disrespected us. They sat there and cheered for their team in our barn. They were rude, shit like that. No, we're not doing that. If you want to that's how to start a war. If you want to sit here and act like, you're going to come into our barn and pretend to be fans of the Mammoth, and then all of a sudden you want to go on ahead and root for the other team as soon as they're there. No, you're a poser, dude. Straight up. That's just the truth. So I wanted to give a hot take on that, but if you're going to be a Vegas Golden Knights fan, that's you're going to be a poser and the Mammoth and tell the Vegas Golden Knights show up. No, that's not what this is about. Stay with the Vegas Golden Knights. That's why I made these stickers and shirts that are going to be coming out soon called "Go Back to Vegas." Because if you're going to be like that, go back to Vegas. We don't want you. If you're going to be like that, you're going to be a poser. We're not going to have that. So just want to go on ahead and give a hot take on that and say that if you want to fabricate something, the Golden Knights are out there making enemies. So, yeah, everybody says, okay, yeah, the Golden Knights are rivals with the Kings. I get that. But if they want to continue to make enemies, then they want to come up to our barn and do that kind of shit. Like, we're not going to have that. Like, I wanted to talk about this a while back, but, I just got the opportunity now to really voice my mind about it. But really definitely want to say something about that. And I pretty much, I'm a diehard Utes fan, and I view the Golden Knights on the same view as BYU. So if they want to cause a rivalry, then you know what? You got one. And we'll see you guys next time, and we're going to bring the fucking thunder. Toss the ass. Let's fucking go.
Wow, dude, Zach, thank you for calling in. That is a hot take if I've ever heard one, and I am here for it, brother.
Okay, so check it out. That's actually kind of in the social media news rounds going around, is that the Colorado Avalanche announcer, just recently was on the broadcast when the Flyers took the lead in Colorado and started, as we all know, because we've heard it in our own barn too, "Let's go Flyers," and it was loud. And the announcer was like, the Colorado Avalanche home announcer's like, "If you want to cheer for Philadelphia, go back and live in Philadelphia. You moved away for a reason, so you leave that behind with you." It stirred up a lot of drama, and there are a lot of Utah Mammoth fans that before there were Mammoth, there were Vegas, and there were Avalanche, and they kind of shared what were the fan base. So, hot take. What do you think about that, John?
My take on it is, if you're an Avalanche fan, if you were an Avalanche fan before a Mammoth fan, I'll give you some grace. But a Vegas fan, dude, what is it? 5 years? Like,
the Vegas Golden Knights took the NHL world by storm, and a lot of people latched on.
I mean, I would love a new. If the Mammoth went to the Stanley Cup last year, I would be unbearable right now, Leroy. But like, they kind of got that cheating ass little expansion draft too.
Yeah, I know that bugs a lot of people. They didn't really have to build it up, So the expansion draft, of course, it can go both ways because the Seattle Kraken didn't just win. Listen,
exactly.
I'll tell you where I really and truly draw the line when it comes to fan behavior. I know that if you can win and you've got the hype in your hometown, you're going to sell your barn, but there's always going to be the Flyers fans, and there's always going to be the Bruins fans, and there's always going to be the Red Wings fans, and they're always going to, so you got to win and shut them up. But more than anything else, I'll tell you where we cross the line when it comes to out-of-town fans or fans cheering for the other team. You want to say, "Let's go Flyers," or "Let's go whoever," that's fine and good. But when your away team scores and you turn around and face the stands and taunt behind you, you guys are all just lucky that we're real all nice, polite people here in Salt Lake City, because you probably deserve a beer can to the back of the head. At least that's what I'm always thinking. Of course, no one's ever
but it costs $18 a beer, dude. So
kind of $18 with a beer for your lame ass. But yeah, so look, it's always going to be a matter. But
well, Leroy, you have a personal connection to this.
I do.
Because you were an LA Kings fan for so long. And what happened the minute we got a local team?
Well, the minute that we got a local team, I had to have a reckoning. Now, granted, there are some people who are diehard, decades-long, generational fans of their teams. All right. And I, like you said, cutting people grace. Okay. Because that wasn't me. I was a casual fan plus, right?
Okay, yeah.
But very much into the Kings,
Yeah,
and
so,
course. But yeah, when the
jerseys, you had jerseys.
I've got them all, and they're all, look, I don't wear them around town. I still have them, but I kind of put all that stuff away and made the call, and I decided, you know what? There's no 3 teams in my bio, baby. There's no halfway fans in my club. I'm either going all the way or ain't going at all, and that's exactly. So I'm a Utah Mammoth fan 100% now. If I'm watching the Stanley Cup playoffs and the Kings are playing somebody else and it doesn't have any outcome or what's going on with me, then I'm going to, I would really like to see Anze Kopitar get somewhere in the playoffs in his last season as a professional. But If it gets in between whatever the Mammoth got going on, then fuck it. 10 minutes flat,
Agreed.
John. I got to the F word. 10 minutes flat. That should get
Yeah,
us
we got
qualified.
there. Hey, and Zach, dude, I'm totally with you. I'm always about, like, I'm a homer, but we got to give a little grace to the people of Salt Lake and Utah that we didn't have an NHL team for so long. That if real NHL fans and real hockey fans became enamored from another outside team. Like, dude, I've only been to Pittsburgh one time. I'm a diehard Pittsburgh Steelers fan, you know? Like, sometimes, like, I moved around a lot as a kid, so I never really got to, like, get anchored down in a place. So I get it. Like, dude, now I've been anchored down in Utah, so anything Utah, I'm going to cheer for. But we're going to give a little grace. But also, when you guys, you Avalanche / Mammoth fans, come to the Winter Classic at Rice Eccles next year, I need you all in mountain blue and snow white. Because come on, man, we gotta start cheering for the local team. I get you have a little. It's like that ex that you never really forget about because you don't remember the bad times, you know. And so I get it. I'm giving you some leeway. And so Zach, amazing hot take. Thank you for calling, brother.
Yeah, thanks, Zach.
All right, we got another one. We got another voicemail who you guys will be able to hear from. Kurt did an amazing job on the mic yesterday. You guys will see him when I release it, either Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know yet. But Kurt's got another one. Like I said, I haven't listened to either of these. So let's hear it together, Leroy. Let me pull this up real quick. And I'm not editing anything of this out because this is what the magic comes from. All right, let's go, buddy.
Hey, what's up, guys? So my hot take is, with the win today, puts a big gap between us and Nashville in the wild card. Boys are playing really well, hoping they can catch up and maybe catch Minnesota or Dallas. It was a hell of a game today. I mean, watch party was great too. Thanks for hosting it. And I got faith on Monday that we will go in Tampa Bay and we will come out with a win. I mean, if Columbus and the Blues can beat them, we got a really good chance on beating them. Maybe go 1-1 in Florida and maybe beat Carolina. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me on the show.
Thanks, Kurt. Thank you for calling in, dude. But yeah, no, I completely, like, dude, first of all, when you guys hear Kurt this upcoming, like, Leroy had a nice, like, 4 to 7 minutes. I don't even remember. Cause the Kurt knows ball, dude, or puck, whatever you want to say. But like, he's great. Thank you. You're 100% right, dude. I think we could go into Tampa Bay. I think we get Tampa Bay. I think we actually come out of that Tampa Bay, Carolina. Dude, what are we right now? 8-0-1 in the last 9?
We're blowing away expectations. Look, we got 58 points at the top of the wild card standings right now. The San Jose Sharks 3 points behind us at 55. Kings, Kraken, Predator 55 down through 52. And so we're leading the pack and we just keep on winning. And the thing is that a lot of the other teams are winning too, and we're still keeping up. So
still keeping up.
Yeah, if we're playing, look, I'm not afraid of the Tampa Bay Bolts. Like, bring them on.
Me neither.
I think we're going to take an East Coast tour. And of course, it's one of my favorite types of week of hockey because all the games start at 5 o'clock. So you can come home.
Amen, dude. Yeah.
And by 8 o'clock, you're either watching in bed or going to bed when it's over. So
we released this 8 a.m. on Monday. So 5 p.m. tonight.
Yeah.
Our Utah Mammoth will be taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning, and that'll be awesome. But Leroy, normally on these podcasts, you and me like to catch up on events and all the games that have happened. But we're going to take a quick break. I'm not going to break it to you who we have coming up next, but we'll be right back with our special guest.
Well, we have a guest from the great white north. Welcome back to Slapshot Utah, or should I say, hey, welcome to 996 The Howl, because we have our guest, and I could not be any more pumped up. to have the Howl 996, or as you may or may not know him, Julian. Julian, welcome to Slapshot, Utah. I got to tell you, I cannot be happier to have you here.
Thank you for having me. This is a dream come true. You guys are awesome. So
Thank you.
Dude,
yeah.
Julian didn't know I was about to pull the ski mask down because Julian is going through that historical winter weather front that is coming through Canada and into the United States. What is Toronto like right now, Ju?
I think it's like 10 inches
It's too
of
hot
snow.
like this. What, you got 10 inches of snow?
Yeah, I went out there twice, cleared it all, and within an hour it was just back to full snow. This is the most snow
Dude.
I've ever seen in like 15 years.
That's crazy because, dude, I've lived in Utah now for on and off about 24 years, and we have no snow, dude. We're scheduled for the Olympics, and we have no snow. And meanwhile, you guys got the snowpocalypse going on right now. But I'm glad to see you, Julia. It's great to finally hear your voice live with us, dude.
Yeah, man, this is sick.
So it's a little bit of a brain work for me, and I'll tell you why. Because, most of us here in Utah know you. Well, I should say the way most of us probably know you is that some time ago, a spring in 2024, we all in this state found out that we were going to get a hockey club. In our excitement, we all reached out to find out anything we could if we didn't already know something deeply about the Coyotes. Who's this team? It's like we were having a baby or adopting a baby, and we needed somebody
Yeah.
to tell us how to take care of it. And you, my friend, were one of the first voices of what was to come that any of us got. And that's where I got into the Howl. And so I just want to say thank you so much for sticking with us, because I know there was an existential moment there where you're like, I don't know if I can do this. And you're like, no, I'm going ahead. So thank you, man. And tell me what is that all about? Explain to me your feelings about that. I know it hit hard, but you're with the Mammoth now. So just talk about that.
Yeah, I fell in love with the Coyotes. I think every fan of the Coyotes fell in love with the organization. We've been through the ringer, and when Bill Armstrong got hired and he started to make the moves, I was hesitant at first. I didn't want to go into a rebuild again. I thought they'd be a bubble wild card team, first round exit. But then he started making these moves, and they made so much sense. And he had a clear goal: revamp the scouting department, the development department. And I bought into Bill Armstrong's vision, and, drafting Gunther, trading away the captain, Oliver Ekman-Larsson, and a fan favorite in Connor Garland for this sniper Dylan Gunther. And I just watched all his junior highlights, and then move after move Bill Armstrong made. I'm like, I love this team. And when the team moved to Utah, it was hard. It took me about a month to make the decision. It was a hard decision, but I felt like I could provide something. And the whole point of having YouTube is provide for other people. So I said, I'll stick with it for a year and see how it goes. And the response, this community response from Utah is unlike anything I've ever seen. Honestly, I felt a lot alone during the Coyotes years. There wasn't many of us on YouTube, and then on Twitter as well. Didn't feel much included, but still stuck with it. But this time in Utah, everyone is so welcoming and warm, and just I don't feel alone at all. So it's great.
So you touched on the community online and everything. How do you feel as someone that's actually watched Arizona leave from their ownership to the SEG, Ryan Smith type embassy that he runs? How do you feel? Do you think he's running a good program, or what would you like to see differently, or do you agree with everything he's doing?
I love that he's at the games. There's times
Right.
where I'm watching the game and I see him in that corner with his legs on the boards, and he's always inviting his friends. He's actually at the games. He's forward facing. He's talking to the media. The previous owner of the Coyotes, I'll never mention his name again, never saw him. Even the last few games in Arizona when we all knew they were leaving, it was publicly announced. He wouldn't show his face. Even his sort of henchmen didn't stop showing their face after a while. So I love seeing him. I love when he speaks, and when he says stuff, think like the thing actually happens. Like the practice arena, where I forget what that is. I think Sandy. It
Yeah.
could be
Yeah.
something. Yeah. He's like, we're gonna build a
Dude,
new.
also, dude, shout out to you for even knowing that, dude. I
Yeah,
know
that's
like
great.
4 things about Canada. You knew even Sandy, Utah, bro.
Yeah, that's the only thing I know about it.
Oh, well, if you really want to impress us, you need to know that the Texas Roadhouse barbecue is right next to the practice facility.
Only our fat
yeah,
asses know that.
yeah,
bro.
that's how we've got the entire valley geographically plotted out to where the nearest Kentucky Fried Chicken is. So, okay, so like, look, it's a little bit of a brain warp for me because I forget, because you're a Coyotes fan, even though I know that got like a Maple Leafs. I think that was your original team, or no?
No, never.
The
I hate.
Canadians.
No,
But you're
no.
from Toronto, right? You're
Yeah.
from the 6.
There was something about red and blue and like which color
There
you were
you
going to have to
go.
deal with for the rest of your life. Tell us about that. Who is it besides the Mammoth?
Yeah. So when I was a toddler, like I hated the color blue with a passion. Like I never owned an item of clothing that was blue, and how
Oh,
ironic
you'll
it.
fit right in Salt Lake City, brother.
Yeah. So I was a Detroit fan because
That's right.
the Leafs and the Red Wings had a great rivalry in the late '90s. Steve Yzerman, favorite player, and then when he retired, I went to I transitioned to a Calgary fan only for like 2 or 3 years, but I hated the Canadian media and how they treated their teams. I was like, oh, I don't like being a Canadian fan, like a fan of a Canadian team. So then around 2009, 2010, the scrappy underdog, the Coyotes, make the playoffs, and I'm watching all their playoff games. And then I just fell in love with them in their miracle run in 2012 and just stuck with them the whole time. And now I'm a fan of a team that's blue. So
Sorry for that, dude.
it's okay.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna have a few like probing questions here, so some of these are gonna be a little off the wall. This one shouldn't be so bad. But all right, so for inquiring minds want to know, 996 the Howl, were you on the radio? Obviously the Howl is due to the Coyotes. Explain that connection, and are you a werewolf?
Yeah. that last part is my part.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay.
No. Okay, not a werewolf. And no, never been on the radio at all.
So where did you come up with the 996, dude?
Oh, it's a sick name. Well,
Yeah.
It is sick.
It's bitching, yeah.
Yeah, you're right. It's sick.
That's the year the Coyotes moved from Winnipeg to Phoenix.
1996. I
Yeah.
see, dude.
And then I
Okay.
wanted like a radio feel to it.
That's what it's
So,
got.
Yeah.
I
So
love
then, yeah.
that.
Yeah, that's great. Well, you changed your logo to the little blue with the guy in there. And I think my wife and because you're on like making dinner or something, like when it was just vibing and talking Utah Mammoth. We like turned the movie off to make popcorn or whatever, and I'm like, dude is really just vibing and talking about the Utah Mammoth live, and he's like impeccable about the whole thing. This team and hockey inside out, and so I just wondered if there was like, have you ever worked in like sports analytics or anything? Because you seem like you have a real mind and talent for organization and clarity, which is one of the things I just love about your show, Julian. Talk about that.
Well, I'm gonna clip that and put it on my resume, or maybe send it to my boss.
I'll clip it and I'll send it to you, dude.
But no, nothing at all. I do supply chain in Canada, and I did finance in school. I never had any broadcasting analytic. I do analytics in my job, so maybe that's where it comes through. But yeah, it's just practice. I've been doing it for 10 years. So
Yeah, no, and you have been doing it for even more than 10 years. Your first video on YouTube, I think it was 14 or 15 years ago, dude. But like,
yeah.
but like Leroy said, dude, you know this team better than most of these people that fucking get paid, and you're out here doing it for the love of the game. And I want to ask you, as a new like follower and fan of hockey, who's someone maybe on the Tucson Roadrunners, maybe someone that the casual fan doesn't know that we should be looking out for in the near future to come really impact the Utah Mammoth?
Well, I'm looking at my whiteboard and I'm doing a Roadrunners video. I'm recording it tomorrow. And we know Lamoureux and Simishev. But I'm so like disappointed in the Roadrunners, their forward group. Who you should look out for that no one knows about is most likely Gabe Smith playing with Desnoyers in Quebec. Uh, like a 6'4", 6'5", huge centerman who's putting up like over a point per game in the junior leagues. So
Oh
you should keep an
shit.
eye on Gabe Smith, big body centerman. Him and Desnoyers are like best friends on and off the ice. They just scored a goal tonight where they just like punched each other's chest as a goal celebration. So that's going to be
I
really
love
sick.
that,
It,
dude.
is Artem Duda going to be like a depth kind of guy, or does he have a chance at really getting up and making an impact on the big roster?
I know I'm a big fan of Duda ever since they drafted him. Like he's a smooth skater. He's sort of a rover type defenseman. I feel like he could replace Dursey, but if Dursey goes down to an injury, I would think they would bring up Duda because he's that like a smooth skater, brings a puck up north. But I feel like they would just go to Simishev or Lamoureux before Duda. So I feel like he's not playing well enough to jump over Maverick or Dimitri. But yeah, he's a really good defenseman. And I feel like even Zuber, Maximilian Zuber, he's outplaying Duda in the Roadrunners this season. So maybe he fell behind Zuber as well. So you never know with these prospects.
Okay, Julian, so I know that you've been to the Delta Center. You've come to Salt Lake City for a game. Tell us your impression. What do we got to do better? Where are we at in our journey at becoming a legit hockey franchise? And do you love hockey organs?
Where did you
Ooh,
find?
I like that. Yeah, throw that in there because yeah, I didn't know this too.
I've never been to Utah, so
You
gotta
haven't?
Wait, what?
No,
Wait a minute. I
haven't.
thought for sure you've been here. Maybe I'm just, see, this is
Julian,
why we got to
book a
do this.
trip. I got 2 extra bedrooms for you right now, dude. Let's
Yeah,
go.
and you get to Utah, man. Like we'll take you to the game and buy you dinner and everything. I thought for sure that you've
Yeah,
been here.
what?
I'm freaking out. Okay, so you haven't been to Utah.
No, I'm going to buy a ticket to the Winter Classic, and hopefully
Oh, yes.
life treats just goes the way where I could come. Even if I don't come, I'll sell the ticket or give away the ticket. But I'll
Well,
buy
the
it.
fun thing you can count on for the Winter Classic is that Ryan Smith has enough money to where while we don't have snow right now, he will cloud seed the shit out of this place.
Yeah.
And it is going to be an amazing Winter Classic
You know,
next year.
just take your imaginations and cut off to that puck drop moment. Where what is it, John? 70,000 fans at Rice Eccles Stadium.
Well, I mean,
Oh.
for football, 56, but we
Okay.
they're going to
The
squeeze some more in there.
60,000 fans are going to suddenly erupt. I mean, doesn't that want to just give you chills? You've got to be here, dude. And if you do
Dude,
come,
let's
let us
go,
know because we
dude.
want to hook up with you. All right, hockey organs, come on.
Do you like the
They're cool, but I
You
mean,
don't care?
I'm indifferent. I think the Blues do it. I feel like you would just copy other
Blues
teams,
do
like,
it good,
The Blues
dude.
do it, yeah.
Yeah, well, some people are real traditionists and real crazy about it, and so it's something that's been going around. All right, another parasol question, if you'll permit me. I really like your record collection. I noticed, like, watching as you do your thing, and then I eventually saw King Crimson, the record. I'm like, I'm gonna pay closer attention to this guy's
You got
record
a
collection.
Good record collection. Dude.
Yeah, it's not a hockey question, but are you a record collector? You're a big music fan, obviously.
Yeah, huge music fan. I think it was number 3. Like first was hockey, then video games and music. Now music's coming into number 2. I kind of just trying to get away from video games. So yeah, huge music fan. Love rock. Anything with a guitar, I'm all over it. So
Well,
yeah.
dude, if you're gonna say you're getting away from video games, that means you had the good ones. What video games do you play, brother?
I mean, I grew up with the best, like Call of Duty with my friends. I was addicted to those NHL games. I would like punch holes through
Oh, yeah.
my mom's basement walls. So I have to quit that addiction. And then recently, good single player games like Dark Souls, Bloodborne, Last of Us, a huge Kojima fan, Metal Gear Solid, Fallout. Yeah.
Let's go. Love it.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Do you have something
No,
else
I
to
was
say?
gonna
Now?
say, okay, we're gonna probably start wrapping up right here, Drew. We don't want to keep you over here. You got a intense snowstorm coming, but no, actually happening. But
Yeah.
Julian, please tell me this: as what position do you think the Utah Mammoth and like the entire front office needs to focus on? Do you think it's goalie? Do you think it's forward? Do you think what do you think would be the step forward to make the biggest jump in this franchise right now?
Well, for this season and next season, I want a backup. I think at the trade deadline, they should get a goalie with some term left on his contract. I would never touch our first round pick at the trade deadline, so I hope they don't use it. But we have 3 second round picks in this upcoming draft. So I would like them to fix the backup position because it's. I mean, I like Vanacek. He plays good games, but Bill Armstrong just failed that position. So I would like a solid backup for Vejmelka. He's playing way too much. I know we played him 23 games in a row last season.
Too.
Yeah, man, he's unbelievable. To see him grow into this, like I wrote it down. He's 8-0 in his last 8 starts, 924 save percentage, 1.99 goals against average. He needs some help. Like a nice veteran backup who can maybe teach him things. Like Vejmelka has never had like a mentor in the goalie position his whole career. He's always the guy. So wouldn't it be nice to like have a good veteran right beside him, like maybe calm him down or teach him some things he doesn't even know. So or third line
100%.
scoring, like fierce winger, like maybe like a 6'2" big body guy who could put the puck in the net on that third wing for the next season or two. I think that would be good. But the next evolution for this team is Ginla, Desnoyers, and hopefully Baudouin and Michael Hurabal, the goaltender prospect, just coming to the Mammoth and playing for the team. I think that's the next evolution.
Hell yeah, dude.
Okay, one last question I have for you, Julian. If hockey were to return to Arizona, which I'm sure at some point it will, what do you think? How are you going to react to that? Are you still with us?
That's a hard hitting question. It's tough. I think my inclination now, I'll stick with Utah. Maybe like if I have offspring, I'll show them the Coyotes and maybe they could start a YouTube channel. But I think I'm here for Utah. Like the community is like amazing. So like I don't know why I would leave because community is pretty much everything. Why make content if you don't have any community? So I think I'm here for the long haul and really appreciative that decision just continues to bear a lot of fruit.
Hell yeah, dude. Hey, speaking of community, next fundraiser that we do, you better be down here. And we're going to the game together, dude. We're going to the game together, and we're gonna dude. Thank you so much. You've covered the Coyotes. I am so appreciative of it. You're like an OG YouTuber. We're just 2 dumbasses that have a spare bedroom in our room, and we look up to you so much. Thank you, Julian. And also, Utah's closer to Canada, so we're right there with you, brother.
Yeah. And you got Canadian weather too, so.
Yeah, right. All right, Julian. We'll talk to you later. Hey, Julian, you down to come back on the show one day, dude?
Yeah, I'm always open, man. This is so
Yeah,
fun.
dude.
Like,
Hell yeah. And we're down to come and we'll collab. Thank you guys, everybody. This was awesome. 996. Follow him, 996 the Howl on Twitter, Instagram,
YouTube.
all social media.
Watch him on YouTube.
no
Yeah, he's great.
Instagram.
Oh, you don't have
I
Instagram?
do not have Instagram.
Not Instagram.
Okay, don't go to Instagram. Leroy,
We're getting all the facts on. Where you really want to go is you want to follow him on 996 The Howl on YouTube. You can see his shorts. You can see his longs, the whole thing. Get to know Julian. He breaks things down in such a great way that's so clear and concise. You'll absolutely enjoy it. A great way to get your temperature checked on everything that's going on with the Utah Mammoth. Check them out. Julian, thank you so much for being on our show. We certainly appreciate you.
Thank you for having me. You guys are awesome.
See you guys next week, dude.
Snapshot!